friends, welcome back to yet another episode of Smart Money Sundays. I hope you're doing very, very well and ready to crush it again this coming week. So, obviously, as we discussed last time, we're focusing strictly on EU, GU, and AU for our VIP trade ideas, and we're trading the lower time frames. And so we had quite a few good little trades this week on the lower time frames, including a 1 to 7 that hit within 12 minutes. And the members are absolutely loving the new style, the new strategy. And so if you're interested, message us on Telegram at ArielFX Trading. We'll get you set up with that before the week starts. All right. So for this call, obviously, we're trading the lower time frames, and we can have our overall biases, but it really is dependent upon the intraday price action come New York session when we trade. Even if we have kind of a bearish bias, we could easily be looking for buys intraday if the setups present themselves, right? So we can kind of ping pong these markets regardless, all right? But for these Smart Money Sundays episodes, it's still good, I think, to give you guys kind of the higher time frame POIs that we're looking at so you can have them marked off, and then when the time comes around for New York session, kind of scale in and judge off of the lower time frame price action. All right, so EU, nothing really has changed from last week. Obviously, with the dollar, we had somewhat of a weak dollar last week with a lot of the XXX USD pairs moving up. Granted, the correlation factor has been a little bit out of whack the last couple of weeks in terms of some of these dollar pairs, some stronger than others. All right, so correlation isn't as much of a factor right now on the micro. It is somewhat on the macro, as most of the XXX USD had a pretty significant rally last week. All right, but for Euro USD, I am still looking for our overall objective here at 1.1495, 1.15. All right, I don't believe we're going to see a significant rally until we actually achieve that key level in the market. And I've talked about this myriad times the last few months about retesting our old high where we had the COVID, the fake COVID sell-off. I think we'll still need to retest that level before potentially getting a significant run back up to the upside. All right, so we still have not quite achieved that level, and so I'm still in the macro have a short bias for Euro USD. All right, and I just simply don't believe that this is a bottom in the market. Okay, so first and foremost, what we're looking at is for price to kind of maintain higher time frame structure here. Okay, obviously this is a significant supply. I am marking off as a POI, a strong POI, to look for that distribution in the lower time frames, hopefully at right time of day, New York session open or London session open, preferably New York, to get that ultra premium here to get short again on EU. All right, so this is that level, and there was I think a 15-minute or 5-minute candle here we mitigated a while ago back in September with this up close here. Okay, so I'm simply looking to follow the mitigation train that we talk about in our courses. All right, so 10-minute time frame. I like the candle. Nice clean little up close candle here, even 50% of that coming in around 1.1630. All right, so I'd like to get up there if we can, and then see how price delivers to this area, and if we begin to distribute, obviously looking for a very high RR sell back down to make a new lower low, higher time frame. Okay, because the way I'm looking at this is high, low, high, kind of a channel, if you can visualize that in your mind. Okay, kind of a downwards channel. All right, so if we don't end up running the highs, okay, I would then be looking for potentially a run down. Obviously, the down close candle from last week, New York session open here. I would like to see this imbalance filled up and then potentially get another run another rally to the upside. Okay, and that's if we kind of sell off immediately here. If we sell off immediately, I'll be looking for the buy up. Otherwise, I could easily just see a simple run the low, run the high, run the low. Okay, so kind of the sell POI, supply, and demand. These are my levels. All right, so make sure you mark those same levels off. And if you're in VIP, obviously you'll stay up to date on all of these when the right time comes around. All right, so that is EU. I'm sticking to my level here, 1.1495, that I've been sticking to for quite some time. Okay, so that is EU. Let's hop over to AUD USD, somewhat similar. Obviously, I gave you some of these levels last week as well. We ended up pushing pretty strong up into the extreme supply that I mentioned on last week's call. All right, so for this one, this is a very, very, very key critical level for Aussie dollar. Okay, because you could be looking at this as a massive sell to buy, obviously BOS for a break of structure, where we price in a higher low. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. Where we price in a higher low here, running this liquidity, sell to buy. Okay, and so if we create this new high here, if we breach this level, this supply, and maintain, sustain above, obviously what do we have then? We have high, low, high, confirmed shift of trend. Okay, otherwise, this could end up maintaining this high as protected, and then we'd have a somewhat of a wedge situation where we create that higher low and we create a lower high. So price is essentially trapped between down close and up close. Okay, so very, very strong level for AUD USD. I would almost prefer that we just go ahead and break out. All right, confirm that new higher high, then we can wait for the higher time frame, pull back into discount to catch the next higher time frame leg to the upside. Okay, but I've still got this level marked off as supply, really around 7,450, 746, and going to be monitoring lower time frame price action in that area. Now, same kind of deal with AU as we had with EU. If we push down immediately, I will be looking at this down close candle that ran liquidity same time as EU did last week, and then zoomed in, obviously looking at this last demand here with the imbalance that produced our new higher high, lower time frame. All right, so again, mark this level off. It's a very, very critical junction for the Aussie dollar. All right, and GU is a little bit different. Okay, this thing, clearly we have a higher time frame downtrend at the moment. Get out my highlighter. Okay, obviously you've got your low, high, low. Okay, and so this really high, low, this is our trading range. Okay, and to me, from what I see, it looks as if we are heading up into the extreme here. Okay, where we ran out significant liquidity, buy to sell. This point, which created our new low. So I believe GU is going to head up into this level around 1.3900, 1.388, at which point we would have a very, very nice premium for GU, potentially get a massive swing to the downside, targeting liquidity resting beneath this low, and a new low potentially into 3,300, 3,250. Okay, so until then, we could be looking for potential buys. I will note this kind of intermediary supply here. There is a possibility, depending on what AU and EU want to do, that we do run into this. Obviously, you can see this nice doji candle and distribute, okay, and BOS and start our way down. However, that's not the extreme. This is a real manipulative push that took out liquidity that actually then produced this new low. Okay, so this is just kind of lower time frame structure that I'm not as much worried about. I just want to make sure we're aware of this level and have it marked off to see if we get some type of reaction there as well. All right. But until then, we can be looking for potential buying opportunities on this as well. Obviously, same kind of candle as AU and EU. Okay, following the mitigation train. Here's our down close candle, and I've refined the demand based upon the lower time frame. You can go in and do that yourself as well. All right, so these are the levels on these significant markets. I hope you mark them off. Hope you follow. If you're in VIP, I hope you're enjoying our new style of trade ideas. I believe it's very beneficial for all of you so that you can earn while you learn. We are sending out daily hindsight breakdown videos every single day, breaking down the trading opportunities that presented during the New York session and breaking down the trades that we send out. Okay, so you have that opportunity to catch very high RR intraday trades on the lower time frames with very, very tight stops, and then see the rationale behind those trades within our breakdown videos. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. VIP, stay tuned. We will keep you updated with these pairs and hopefully catch some beautiful RR trades again this week. All right, thank you guys.